What you are about to witness is not for the faint of heart. Get ready for Office Baked.
Hello, everybody! Guys, thank you guys for coming out to another open mic. We have one more performer. They're going to be taking a stage for a while, and basically, what is it, a live podcast? Is that what you're calling it? Anyway, everybody put your hands together for Office Baked!
Yeah, we're Office Baked. If you're offended by anything, then I suggest you find the exit immediately, because that's our type of humor. And I don't slow the bus down, so fucking tuck and roll, bitches, because you're in for a ride. I'm not sure what rock bottom sounds like, but I'm pretty sure it's something like, "Excuse me, patrons of Applebee's, but this is the last call." It's sad when I'm laughing at my own shit.
Yeah, that is.
Speaking of restaurants, I was just at a crab place over in the Poconos. Who's been to the Poconos? Okay, one person. We know you had it. But I went to a crab place and they had a chef's recommendation. None of us got the chef's recommendation. They basically, I think that the chef sat there and he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna cook one thing. I only would like to cook one thing. And if you order anything else, I probably don't recommend it."
Bitch, we pretty much all got chicken.
And I'm gonna admit I didn't get the chef's recommendation. And sadly, I got sick as fuck. And when I say sick as fuck, I mean, I'm not gonna be too graphic, but I fucking obliterated my foster mom's bathroom. And I was made aware that I was too old to be fucking up a bathroom for the rest of the fucking vacation. Excuse me, Applebee's customers, this is the last call.
Yeah.
I found out last night that what the primary purpose of pinky toes are. I went to the Rob Zombie Fest up in Pittsburgh. Amazing concert. And other than meeting Baby and Captain Spaulding and it being one of the highlights of my life, I've got like 3 major highlights. Meeting my wife, getting married, meeting fucking Captain Spaulding and Baby, and seeing Rob Zombie. Like those 3 things immediately. And I thank you, see? Someone out there understands. So I found out what pinky toes are for. They have one purpose. And when you come home after going to Zombie Fest and driving home completely exhausted after working a full day, they remind you how hard your furniture throughout your house is. Your big toe, it's the pinky one.
And it's the smallest fucking one too.
It is.
Yes.
And you know you break it. And it's like, why am I going to go to the hospital? They're gonna be like, yeah, just fucking tape it. And then they send you the $3,000 bill for the fucking piece of duct tape.
Might as well just tape yourself.
Who's all been in a relationship in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, see, someone in the back is not scared. See, again, I'm not slowing down the bus, fucking tuck and roll, people. This girl over here looks like she's claiming this guy, and he's just like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. You are in a relationship. You're sitting next to her, sir. If I have to talk slower, it means the alcohol is working. All right.
7 years.
I just smoke too much, and I will apologize publicly. I've been with her for 10 years, going on 11. I am a complete asshole.
Yes.
But we're not going to talk about relationships tonight. We're going to talk about what I like to call a relationship.
That's been all of mine. Every single one.
Are you a magnet to shit like a fucking dung beetle or something? It's just like, hey, here you go.
Apparently.
I mean, like, a relationship is basically where your partner is a complete and utter fucking asshole to you 24/7. And I think that they sign up and they're like, long walks on the beach? Yes, I like that. White picket fences? Yes, I like that. Tell them I was married? No, leave that fucking shit out. That happened to me! 2 fucking years! Oh, by the way, I'm married.
How convenient.
Exactly. Did you know that when you play loud music through your AirPods on full blast, that everyone in work can still hear you fart? Just so you know, it's a public service announcement. I was watching the news this morning. I get this thing called Flipboard. Anybody use Flipboard on your phone?
I don't see any hands.
Wow, I'm the only motherfucker. Now either A, I'm technologically advanced, or I'm the one person that downloaded that fucking app and now I have to delete it. But I feel like it's a good app. But regardless, check it out. I'm not paid by that at all. I promise. I'm not supported by Flipboard.com. Anyway, I was reading that basically a man went to an open mic at a jazz festival. And he decided that he was going to start scatting on stage. What followed is him getting indecent exposure. He misunderstood the point of scatting.
How
Yes,
the fuck
you
does
see.
that even happen? You get indecent exposure from scatting?
Well, he didn't go skittle bebop, the bebop, the we love you, yes America. He went skittle bebop. Yeah, see? Not slowing down the bus, tuck and roll, bitches. We're also going to touch base today. We had a 420 party. If you can't tell, I tend to enjoy the extracurricular. And I had about 8 bowls. So I was doing fucking amazing.
Plus 2 edibles.
Yes. I lost count of the bowls to the point where I had to ask the next day how much I fucking smoked. So my wife also partook in this situation.
But she wasn't high. She never got high.
She never gets high. That's the thing. She'll sit there and we're like, Terry, are you high? And she's like, fuck no, I'm not high.
I don't feel shit.
She felt the floor when she sat in a fucking invisible chair, but that's besides the point.
And the fact that she had all of your chips on the table plus the neighbor's chips. Because she had to feed everybody.
Now,
She's
mind
high.
you, when someone is high, they tend to do shit in slow motion. Can anyone agree with me? Yes, see, some people understand where I'm coming from. So my wife is falling into said invisible chair. I, in my brain, am reacting in super speed. I am now the Flash. But in reality, I probably was the slowest motherfucker at the party. Somehow, because if you're a parent, you know that if someone you love is in danger, you will be able to pick up a car, fight a bear, kill an orangutan. I somehow, this lanky ass body, I do not weightlift, I do not powerlift, I don't lift anything bigger than a can of fucking Coke. I am technically, it's not gonna happen. Somehow, even though I was walking maybe a tiny bit faster than a slug, got over to the other end of the room and grabbed my wife as she's sitting in an invisible chair because the bat signal went out and told me that some shit was about to go down and I needed to save the one I love. I was more amazed for the next 40 minutes how the fuck I picked my wife up. And I thought I was Superman. And I watched every bit of food parade over me and go down the stairs. Our neighbor then decides, I'm going to go clean up said food. The normal procedure for people to tell them when they clean up a mess from your weed-induced fall is, thank you, right? No! Don't shake your head, yes. It is not yes. Again, not slowing down the class. My wife then flips out on the neighbor. What did you do with all my queso bites? I threw them out. They were on the floor.
Well, you made the whole fucking box of them,
So how many of y'all been to New York? I can't see shit. Nobody else is wearing a bright ass hat. Thank you. Okay, so I recently, I think it was like, what, 2 years ago?
That's not recently.
Well, 2 years COVID hit and people were still fucking talking about it, so we're gonna say it's recent. If 2 years is not recent, then stop fucking talking about COVID. That's not being political, that's just like someone that has an ugly ass baby and they still parade with the fucking picture in their wall. Nobody wants to fucking see it. So, we were...
Stop looking at me. That's not your fault.
So, and mind you, I just found out recently why I am so of a functioning weed person. I promote medical weed. I do. I think it's amazing. I have spondylitis. I have horrible anxiety, and I'm very, we'll call it socially awkward, even when I'm smoking. But
Why the fuck are you talking about medical marijuana? You got that shit from an ice cream truck, bitch.
I know, but the point I'm making is, prior to the ice cream truck and stuff, I had a loving mother that would just like harpoon that shit into my crib, and I just found that out recently. Like, I was talking with my aunt, and my aunt was like, oh yeah, your mom was just fucking smoking and blowing in the crib, and I'm like, that is what's wrong with me. I'm like, I get it now. Like, I can sit there and like, I'm like, that is why I'm a functioning smoker.
It explains a lot.
True, it does. It does. I am not right whatsoever. But back to, we're gonna come full circle now, to go back to the New York story. So, I went to New York. Main goal to go to New York, I wanted to go to Midtown Comics. This has nothing to do with that. See, that guy right there is like, fuck yeah, Midtown Comics. They do have a life-size Harley Quinn. And it is fuckable. I do ask. It's for the game.
It's in his living room.
So, I went to the park and they have ice cream trucks that are literally painted up with weed memorabilia, and they play Snoop Dogg instead of ding 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 ding. No, it's literally, rolling down the street, smoking and I'm like, I gotta buy some shit from that truck. What prevailed next is the most scariest moment of my life. A little backstory. I love horror movies. Favorite movie? Hostel. We were staying in a hotel that probably was a little sketchy. It was in Greektown. But, so we went and we got this weed. We got edibles, and normal weed edibles have a thing called directions.
Which you didn't read, obviously.
There were no directions.
Are you sure about that, or did you just not read?
Okay, I know that I can't see that well, okay? But there was no directions. So we decided, I got edibles and I got some pre-rolls. And I thought that I was the shit. This is pre my medical card. This is like, I'm breaking all the rules. I'm in, you know, I'm the shit. I'm in New York, I'm gonna get high as fuck and I'm gonna watch fireworks. None of that fucking happened. What transpired is he ate the whole bag of gummies because he didn't feel anything for the first 10 minutes. So he thought it wasn't working. That is not how edibles work.
You gotta wait for it. I mean, you know now. I know you know now.
What ended up happening is probably the most scariest thing, but to everybody else, it's gonna be funny. We were incapacitated, could not move anything from the neck down. And I was under the impression we were living the movie Hostel. We were drugged, and the person that owned the hotel was going to come and hurt us. Now, I love my wife dearly, but she was fucking killing my buzz, even though my buzz was scaring the living shit out of me. My wife is diabetic. I love her with every bit of my heart. But at that moment, she did not trust her fucking sensor, she didn't trust her meter, and you are not going to tell her to fucking do anything to keep her alive. And she had to go to the bathroom more than a fucking racehorse, and I couldn't walk. So I had to fucking babysit and somehow walk her to the bathroom.
You were couched.
I was. I didn't even know what that shit meant then. So, mind you, we go to sleep. And every couple hours I wake up and I check on my wife, because that's what a good person does. You take care of the person you just got fucked up with. Like what Cody said, you know, you had a caring wife. It's beautiful. And my wife was, you know, completely gone. Like, this was not a good situation. We should not have eaten the whole bag. So now I'm in the bathroom and I'm flushing the pre-roll because I am convinced that these fuckers have drugged us. My wife is saying that we need to call the police because, you know, the Snoop Dogg weed truckers drugged us. And me, anxiety is fully kicking in. I'm like, yo, we gotta go to a church. And she's like, why? And I'm like, because we've been having sex for like fucking, you know, years, and we're gonna go to fucking hell. Like, we gotta get married. Like, no. None of this is fucking gonna ever happen at that point. But I'm like, yeah, we really gotta go to a church. We gotta get married. Like, I'm having a full-on panic attack. And so the next day comes, we finally pass out. Did not see fireworks. That was July 4th. We were supposed to be in New York to see fireworks. Did not see shit. We heard said fireworks, but could not move. And I knew there were food in the fridge, and the food wanted me to eat it, but I could not get up to get to said food.
Food wanted you to eat it?
Yes. I mean, I was so high, I heard my hair growing.
Was it speaking to you from the fridge?
Yes. It was saying, Jay, you need to eat me. So the next day comes. I'm sober as shit. I'm ready to go to Chinatown. And my wife, I didn't realize, was still fucked up. And so we get on the train, and if you're going to Chinatown, anyone that knows, there's a lot of Asian Americans that go to that area on the train. One was wearing a Street Fighter type shirt, and the other was, they both were speaking Chinese in their natural intellect. My wife's first instinct is to let me know that is Ken and Ryu, and they're about to fight, and shit's gonna get down, and we need to get the fuck out of the way. And I looked at her, and mind you, I'm the most racist fucking prick. I hate everybody equally. It's just, you know, to a certain extent. Like, I don't sit here and be like, I hate this person, or I hate that person. It's all equal. I'm a fucking asshole. Most people would describe me as a lovable asshole.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, like, when you have shocked me, shit has went south really quickly. So I look over and I'm like, did this woman just say that they are Ken and Ryu and that they're gonna fucking street fight? And I didn't see the shirt yet. I'm literally just like, maybe she saw them arguing. Maybe, I'm gonna see something go down in, the subway or something. No. My wife is still high as fuck. And the shirt has told her that they're going to fight. That was the funniest, most racist thing I've ever seen in my life. Because we get off the train, and women, y'all know how to fucking spend money faster than anything, okay? Like, I took my stepson, and when I first started dating my now wife, to go get gas. And it was a process. It's not a process with y'all. Y'all fucking swipe and it's like, shit, where'd the money go? So, when my wife got high, this is the secret. See, he's paying attention. He knows where I'm going with this. Because if you keep your wife high, somehow the side effect is they forget how to use a credit card. My wife in Chinatown decides to buy a big ass motherfucking purse.
Grocery carts?
Yes.
Yes.
And he upcharged her $350. Now, the funny thing is thank God I chewed them back down. But they tell you, because it's illegal to sell those purses, that you need to go around the corner and basically go to this ATM and then give this guy in this thing the money. It's a very shady situation. So we pick out what we want and we go to the ATM. Something that every woman knows how to do. It's like you have your quinceañera, you have your bar mitzvah, you get your first, kiss, you learn how to use a credit card. This woman did not know how to use a credit card. How does a credit card go in the machine? Yes, exactly. She's sitting there trying to shove it in the hole the wrong way. Then I had to tell her how much she spent. That was a whole other realm. So I retaught her how to use the credit card. And the money came out, and we walk over to the guy in the van, which then he talked me into buying more shit. So, regardless, I'm gonna tell you, if you want to get your wife to not spend money, get her fucking high. Because the side effect is gonna be she does not know how to use a credit card. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Now, we just went on another vacation. And again, you'll learn very quickly. Step 1.
BJ.
And step 2.
Wait for shit to happen.
And this literally was shit. I hate to say it. So we
literal shit.
So we went to Cali Horror Resort up in the Poconos, and if anybody knows, it's one of the world's largest indoor water parks. It's fucking beautiful. $69 gets you in, and basically it's tons of indoor water slides, indoor wave pool that's salt water, tons of shit that Jay can make stupid decisions.
I almost fucking died.
She did. She went on the wildebeest, and she's already white, and every bit of color was fucking gone.
So I turned into a ghost, basically.
And they have a wall that your tube goes up.
It's like 90 degrees with the fucking floor, okay? And I felt myself coming off of the inner tube. I almost died.
I saw the light go up. That means you got words.
Well, you almost killed me.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not what a brother's supposed to do. I'm sorry. So she wouldn't do shit with me for the rest of the.
Yeah, because that's the first slide he talked me into going on. So like every other slide, I was like, nah, fuck that shit.
So Jay's off doing stupid shit. Like I did a thing called the chamber. They lock you in this room and they do a countdown. And then the fucking floor drops and you go through like 3 loop-de-loops and everything. And your back looks like you had sex with a fucking, crazed sex beast. And then you gotta go and explain it to your wife who's just been sitting in a hot tub for the past year. Like, yeah, I just was hanging out on the fucking death chamber. And she's like, I'm short. So my wife decides that she's gonna go from one hot tub to another. Well, I talk Mackenzie into going on a thing called the Anaconda. Now, if anybody looks up Kalihara Resort on YouTube, the Anaconda is what's bigged up as the craziest ride. It's a roller coaster that's based on an inner tube, and it's insane. Like, they don't even have videos of it on YouTube. Like, they're just bigging this thing up. So I've got my GoPro, I'm excited. She's like, I guess, because it's a 2-person ride. And I had just rode 2 rides with 3 Chinese chicks, didn't speak a lick of English, and they were like, she for everything. And I'm like, no, I'm not speaking. But regardless. So, again, I'm not slowing down the bus, hon. She's looking at me, she's like, is this really? It is, it's horrible. I swear I was dropped on my head like 8 times when I was a kid.
It was the weed.
It's probably a mixture. It does say a lot. So I talk her into it, and we go off to ride the Anaconda. They should have promoted the Wildebeest. It was the dumbest fucking ride. We went up 12 flights of stairs, and
we're like in the fucking ceiling at this point.
yes, we get on, and every other ride, the lifeguard literally looks at you and is like, okay, you're holding on? Good luck. Fuck off. Literally, they're nothing. Like, hold on, sucks to be you, and he kicks the fucking thing. And you're off on fucking good luck land. So, that's not how the fucking Anaconda goes. I mean, it has rules, it has lessons, it has how you have to sit. So I'm bracing myself. I'm like, this shit's about to get real. You want to tell them how real it got?
It was basically just a roller coaster in water. It just went like this.
Kitty ride. So we come back, and my wife is standing in the middle of the hot tub. And it looks like she's been standing there a while. And I'm like, what's going on, Why isn't she sitting down? She's got some disabilities and everything. She needs to, sit down. So I go to sit down. I'm not going to let her thought process control what I do. I'm a dumbass man. I'm going to sit the fuck down. And she goes, stop! Like, what the hell? And she goes, that's shit. And I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah, when you left, I was protecting your seat. I had like my foot up and everything. And I'm like, okay. She's like, this old man came over and he pushes my foot off and he sits down. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, he gets up 2 minutes later and there is shit stuck to the seat inside the hot tub. This means that it was plumped enough that it stuck. Like, it didn't float, it didn't do anything, it was still part of the seat of the hot tub. It didn't faze her her at all that she waited around to tell us.
In shitty water.
That was my point. I'm looking at her and I'm like, the fuck you saving us for? You could have fucking found us and got the fuck out of this shitty water.
So anybody else will help her.
No, there's kids flying around. Her favorite story from the adventure was she's sitting in the water. She's the only white woman. This fucking little kid comes up to her and goes, "Bubbles!" in the hot tub. And because she's white and the baby's white and everybody else at Kalahari, Mexican, black, or foreign. So what ends up happening? This white kid finds another white person. They think one of us. People got her, one of us, yes. So this kid goes up to Terry and goes, "Bubbles!" And she goes, "Bubbles!" Like, what do you say to that shit? And I'm thinking, you saying, kid, if I was you, I'd get the fuck out of the water because there is a fuck ton of shit in here. Well, you had a story you wanted to share.
What was that?
Well, I mean, we've had an interesting past 2 weeks. I mean, while we were eating our chicken, your first interaction with my mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so coming from a visual standpoint, why don't you tell me how it was like to meet my mother?
Okay, so this is when we were in the crab place, which we all got chicken.
The not chef recommendation.
We were taking his mom to see the Elvis movie because she's in love with Elvis. So we were sitting there at the crab place waiting for our food to come out, and we had maybe like 20 minutes before the movie started or something.
Yeah. I mean, it was coming close. Yeah.
And she starts screaming at the dude like, "Hurry the fuck up! We got a movie to watch."
You're Chinese, chop chop, you know, get your shit together, you're supposed to be fast. You're just sitting there like, holy fuck.
Basically, he may or may not have gotten sick because they were Russian.
So, with Cody letting us know, that is our time. Again, we are Office Baked. Thank you so much. Look us up on Facebook. On YouTube, not Facebook. But I want to plug our event. We're having an event on the 12th. Make sure you come out at the art party. It is going to be called the Best of the West Festival with comedy, EDM DJs, rappers. There's going to be art vendors. My company, in partnership with the West Virginia Healers, is putting it on at the art party, so make sure you come out on the 12th of August. Doors open at 7. Thanks again. We are Office Baked.